It is not 3x. It is in fact less than 154.8 kilojoules. Why the energy is lower by this amount means this compound already got stability to that extent due to delocalization of pi electron system. This is called aromaticity. Aromaticity gives additional stability. Additional stability means on combustion or on hydrogenation, release of less amount of heat energy. Now, this additional stability is always there in cyclic systems which have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. The condition is the system should have 4n plus 2 pi electrons and it should be cyclic. It should be conjugate. Now, if I take this compound called furan, all are sp2 hybridized, very good, including oxygen. And now it has 2 plus 2, 4 pi electrons. Here 4n plus 2 pi electrons means n value is 1 for benzene for the furan. It should have 6 pi electrons, but only 4 are there. In order to get aromaticity, the furan uses the lone pair of electrons which are there on oxygen. Though it has 2 lone pairs, it uses only 1 lone pair. So 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 pi electrons, happy. Now, if you look at this molecule called, what is this? Pyrrole. Here, it is also a cyclic system with double bond, single bond, lone pair, single bond, double bond. It is also conjugated. In order to get this 4n plus 2 pi electrons, it uses these electrons, the lone pair of electrons on this. Because the lone pair is locked as lone pair on nitrogen is locked in generating aromatic sextet. Sextet means 6. It is not free for donation. So, pyrrole is not at all basic. Are we very clear on this, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that is the reason why pyrrole is not basic. Now we go back to the molecule which we were seeing. We're here. So this fellow, this carbon number 1, the nitrogen number 1, the lone pair is locked in aromaticity. It is not available for donation. Anybody who donates one pair of electrons is a base. So 1 is not at all basic. When I am looking at 3, the 3 is tempting. There are 2 ethyl groups. Wow. 2 ethyl groups means there are 2 fellows who are willing to release electrons to inductive effect.
Electron means acid.
I could not get you. Come again, sir. Hello.
Sir, donating electron means basic. Electron means acid, sir.
Anybody who donates electron pair is a base. Anybody who accepts electrons is an acid. That is called Lewis definition. Here, number 1, nitrogen is not able to donate the electron pair. So it is not basic. A base is having a property either to release electron pair or to release OH minus. And acid is having a property either to accept the electron pair or release H plus. In fact, number 1, nitrogen is not releasing electrons, but it is able to give H plus. So it is not base, it is somewhat acidic. Looking at 3, in 3, nitrogen is locked to 2 ethyl groups. Ethyl group is having electron releasing inductive effect. Therefore, you think that nitrogen of 3 has more electron density. Maybe it is a good base. But unfortunately, on nitrogen, there is a lone pair, immediately single bond, and there is a double bond with the carbon. Because of this, there is a conjugation. Whenever there is lone pair, single bond, double bond, the conjugation will cause 2 resonance structures. You get a resonance structure like oxygen getting minus charge, as pi electron goes. Nitrogen lone pair is becoming a double bond between nitrogen and carbon. So it can have a resonance structure like O minus single bond C double bond N. Nitrogen will get plus charge. The lone pair of electron is flowing into resonance because it is in conjugation. And the resonance is dominating their inductive effect, due to which there is no availability of lone pair on nitrogen in amide. Amides are not basic. Anything that has CON is called amide bond. If it is CONH2, it is called primary amide. If it is CONH or it is secondary amide. If it is CONR2, it is a tertiary amide. So notice that 3 is representing a part of tertiary amide. It is not basic. Why it is not basic?
Sir, due to resonance.
Due to
Because
resonance.
the lone pair is locked in resonance. Then I am looking at 2. In 2, the nitrogen is not having any double bonds in the vicinity. Moreover, there is a methyl group that is releasing electrons, increasing electron density. 2 is most basic. Then 3. 3 is more basic than 1. Because in 3 there is simple resonance. In 1 there is aromaticity. Therefore, order of basic state 2 greater than 3 greater than 1. Are we very clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one more question I will ask.
We answered this question. In this question, 4 is more basic than 1. 1 is more basic than 2 because in 2, lone pair is distributed between 2 phenyl systems. And 3 is least basic because the lone pair is distributed between 3 phenyl groups. Can we see it really?
Yes, sir. We can see.
Now we are going to look at one more question. Look at this. What is the order of basic strength of the 4 compounds? Now, these 4 compounds, they look some
Your voice is not coming.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
got disconnected. I don't know how many minutes back. How many minutes back?
Nearly 20 minutes, sir.
Nearly
Yes, sir.
10 minutes, sir.
15
2
to 20
minutes.
minutes.
I could not get you. 20 minutes back, we got disconnected.
15.
My God, I was talking to air like a madman. Did you miss this molecule? My God, that is very important. Again, I have to talk.
Sir.
Okay. Did we discuss this completely? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No,
This
sir.
week.
No, sir. No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Not completely.
I'm sorry, I'll quickly repeat. In this, the order of basic strength is 2 is greater than, 3 is greater than 1. In 2, there is a methyl group and the nitrogen is sp3 hybridized. There are 3 alkyl groups which are releasing electrons by inductive effect. They increase the electron density on nitrogen, that makes most basic. 3 is less basic because there is a situation like lone pair, single bond, double bond. Lone pair is locked in resonance. So amides are less basic. 1, the lone pair is locked in aromaticity as in pyrrole. So it is not free for donation. It is not at all basic. Answer is 2, 3, 1. I'm sorry, I will not go back now. Really, I felt upset. So many questions I discussed, all that has gone waste. Now, if I see like this, I will be knowing who is there, who is not there. So I use only both. So always notice that the basic strength is increased by electron releasing groups like alkyl groups when compared with ammonia. And when I am looking at acids, the acidic strength is increased by electron withdrawing groups. So the rule of the thumb, an electron withdrawing group increases the acidic strength. An electron releasing group increases the basic strength. Electron releasing group will increase the electron density on the donor, thus it becomes better base. An electron withdrawing group, like if I have COOH, CH3, it is an acid because it is able to give the H plus ion. After giving H plus ion, it makes a conjugate base. If the conjugate base is made stable, it can easily give H plus. The conjugate base can be made stable by electron withdrawing groups because conjugate base has minus charge. The minus charge is increased by methyl group by plus I effect. So the acetic acid is not a good acid because the conjugate base is destabilized by methyl group. If I am looking at a formic acid HCOOH, when it gives a H plus, its conjugate base is not destabilized by anybody because nobody is increasing negative charge. Charge is a burden. If you are increasing the burden, that becomes unstable. So acetate ion is less stable than formate ion because in acetate ion, methyl group is increasing negative charge and making it unstable. If I am looking at if I am looking at an acid like this, can you name this acid, sir? Can you name this acid? 2-methyl propanoic acid. In 2-methyl propanoic acid, which is like this, the propanate ion, the conjugate base is greatly destabilized by plus I effect of isopropyl group. Therefore, this particular acid is least acidic. It means an acid becomes weak acid if there are electron releasing groups, whereas a base becomes better base if there is an electron releasing group. An acid can become better acid if there is an electron withdrawing group like this. An electron withdrawing group like this can stabilize the conjugate base because the negative charge is taken away by the 3 fluoro groups by minus I effect. So this trifluoroacetic acid obviously gives H plus ion easily because trifluoroacetate ion, trifluoroacetate ion is stabilized by electron withdrawing group like CF3. So always an acid strength increases by withdrawing group, a base strength increases by releasing group. Sir, if I have this compound, if I have this compound, Auntie boy chutney, which is more basic, sir? Hello?
Sir, C is most.
See, sir.
C is
Chutney.
most basic. C is most basic. Without any doubt, C is most basic. Now, suppose if I take this compound, will it be still more basic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Answer is
Yes.
why no?
Sir, why, sir?
The problem here is, no doubt the nitrogen may be willing to give electron pair, but the problem here is the methyl groups are occupying so much space. This much big space is occupied that the fellow who wants electrons cannot approach the nitrogen. This
Yes.
problem is called steric hindrance. What is it called?
Steric hindrance.
So the basic strength of bases depends on two factors: availability of electrons in lone pair. Number two, steric hindrance. Are we very clear?
Yes, sir.
The problem of steric hindrance is not there in gas phase. In gas phase, there is no steric hindrance. So, order of basic strength. Tertiary amine
Less than.
is more basic than
Yes.
secondary amine, which is more basic than
Primary.
primary amine, which is more basic than ammonia. Because all alkyl groups are releasing electrons, electron density is increasing, so the basic strength increases. In aqueous solution, there is steric hindrance. So, order of basic strength varies. Why it varies? It is different for methyl, it is different for ethyl, propyl, like that for different fellows, the order varies. Okay,
Yes, sir.
can you see? So, more on this subject can be taught for about 2-3 hours, but I have no time. Remember that this is the way. If the R is methyl group, I would say that the secondary amine, that is dimethylamine, I would say that N-methyl methenamine is more basic than
Tertiary amine.
tertiary amine, which is more basic than primary amine, which is more basic than ammonia. However, if the R is ethyl group, the N-ethyl ethanamine, that is diethyl ammonia, is more basic than methyl ammonia. Methyl ammonia is more basic than
Ammonia.
triethyl ammonia.
So,
You see, because steric hindrance is very serious there. So the order of basic strength varies depending on the size of the alkyl group in the substituted amines due to the problem of steric hindrance. So the order of basic strength in aqueous solution is different in gas phase. Okay, are we very clear about it?
yes,
Hello?
sir.
So
Clear.
we talked about the effects and their consequences. Now in the tomorrow exam, I wanted to reiterate hydrogen and its compounds is weakened portion. In hydrogen and its compounds, you should definitely know about preparation of hydrogen. You can make hydrogen by reacting active metals with acids, even with water. Sodium can react with water to give NaOH. Second group, beryllium, magnesium do not react with cold water, of course. Most of the active metals like zinc would react with acids to give hydrogen gas. Metals like aluminum, lead, they can react with acids as well as with bases to give hydrogen. If 1 gram of aluminum reacts with acid and bases separately, you get same amount of hydrogen. One can get hydrogen by electrolysis of water at cathode. One can get hydrogen by passing steam over white hot coke, red hot coke. The products which are called CO plus H2 mixture is called water gas. By decomposing hydrocarbons like methane on heating, you can get hydrogen. Hydrogen is not available in free state on Earth because the Earth gravitational pull is so low, it can't hold hydrogen on Earth. But hydrogen is there in planets like Jupiter. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. But in Earth crust, hydrogen is not most abundant element. In Earth crust, most abundant element is oxygen. If you are looking at most abundant solid element in Earth crust, that is silicon. If you are looking at most abundant metal in Earth crust, that is aluminum. That's different. The hydrogen can be prepared in this ways, and hydrogen is a lighter gas. It has 3 isotopes, as we have already seen. And the hydrogen is used as a reducing agent to convert metal oxides into metals. For example, if you are heating tungsten oxide with the hydrogen, urgently you get tungsten and water. This is used in reducing some metal oxides to their metals. Hydrogen is used as a fuel, and when the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is heated, in presence of molybdenum oxide, you get formaldehyde. In presence of copper oxide, you will be getting methyl alcohol. So the product, in presence of some other catalyst, it can give methane and water. So what are the products when carbon monoxide and hydrogen reacts depend on the type of catalyst you have, which you need to look at the textbook. And the next point in this chapter, which I'm going to ask you, not only about hydrogen preparation properties and uses, also I'm going to look at how the water purity is decided.
Hydrogen
Pure water is free from color, taste, and smell. And the water has high boiling point because of the hydrogen bonding. Ice has slightly different structure from water. The cage-like structure of ice makes its density lower, because of which the ice floats on water. Now, the water is having some properties that it can react with metals like sodium to give NaOH and hydrogen. Water would react with some active metals. Water on electrolysis will give hydrogen and oxygen into 1:1 ratio. And the reaction of water with certain salts to give acidic or basic solutions is called hydrolysis. For example, if you are placing any nitride like aluminum nitride in water, urgently it will break down to give aluminum hydroxide and ammonia. Such breakdown of salts in water is called hydrolysis. When an ester or COO or dash, when an ester reacts with water, you will be getting a carboxylic acid and alcohol. This is called the hydrolysis of ester. So reactions of water, I don't know whether they are given in the book or not. You should cover whatever that is given in the book. Now, there is a heavy water which is formed by repeated electrolysis of ordinary water. Heavy water is having many properties greater than that of ordinary water, like boiling point, like density, like melting point, etc. Only one property of D2O is lower than that of water, that is dissociation constant. And also heavy water has lower dielectric constant So its solubility of salts is less. So these properties of heavy water are lower than that of ordinary water. Uses of heavy water as a moderator in nuclear reactor. Heavy water as a tracer in reactions. To find the path of a reaction, sometimes we use heavy water in exchange reactions. Exchange reaction means the acidic hydrogen is replaced by D+. When acetone is placed in heavy water, due to keto-enol tautomerism, all the hydrogens are exchanged by deuterium. So these are the ideas. Most important question is about the hardness of water. Hardness of water, how it is removed. I know everybody is telling me time up. I see I have to discuss many important things. Hardness of water, how it is removed, how the strength of hard water is measured, and the structure of H2O2 called open book structure, problems related to it. This is the syllabus for weekend exam. Prepare it very well. Thank you.